Hey everyone, this is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Hope you all are doing well. Thanks as always for watching. If you're moving to a new apartment, leaving one apartment complex, moving across town, or moving to a new location, that can sometimes be traumatic on a dog, particularly if you have a young dog that has only experienced your apartment as its only place. It's very common for a lot of our clients here at Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs to move apartments, get a puppy, and you stay in a lease for, the rest of your time frame, the rest of your 9 months. As an example, if you've been in an apartment for 3 months, get a puppy, and you decide to move a year later, or after your year is up on your lease, and now your dog is 9 months old. And a lot of people can do really well with the puppy stages, but as a dog builds up its confidence and they start to get used to that routine, moving to a new apartment can be a little bit of a challenge. I've seen people where they've moved to new locations and they're like, wow, my dog's totally different, not getting it, all these things going on. Behavior challenges, different things, different energy things come up. And what mainly happens when people move is a couple things. First of all, they don't understand what goes on in the dog's brain, at least as far as we know with the dog. And so the dog is stressed. Any type of animal, humans included, when we move to a new location, man, it's just super stressful, right? We've got to pack everything. I don't know the routine. I don't know the garage code. I don't know the alarm code, blah, blah, blah. I don't know all the new stuff that's coming in. We have to process a lot of information. And that kind of fluidity that exists in it moving to a new location with all the stuff, coordinating things, moving people, right place at the right time, where am I getting keys, where am I dropping off, that stress builds up in us, and then that changes our state and changes our energy, and the dog can feel that, right? When I talk to people about walking a dog on a leash properly and leading it, a lot of times I'm working with the human on getting them to manage their state and to work with themselves, because when they have a better state themselves, most of the time that can solve a lot of challenges, because a dog doesn't feel that it has to lead when it has a calm and assertive leader. So a lot of times it's working on humans and the presence. So as this relates to moving, everything comes back to the state. We're stressed out, so we let it manufacture inside of our dogs and fester inside of our dogs. The other thing that happens too when we start moving, we start packing like 2 weeks early. And what happens is the dog starts to build up some stress. In addition, we don't exercise. We just diminish the exercise a little bit. We start doing, we assume the dog's going to be okay, and we just do a couple tiny walks. We end up taking our dog out 3 times a day for 15-minute walks the 3 or 4 days before we move, and we expect the dog's going to be great with the transition. You've got to actually put some extra time in with the dog and get it exercise so you can reduce its energy level. Because if you take a high energy dog, or a dog that hasn't burned off that energy, they're going to be wired and they're going to be totally stressed, and they're going to have a lot of energy to be in that stressed state in the new location, and it's going to be a pain. What I would suggest is, if you know the location of where you're going, so for example, if you're moving across town, take your dog and actually drive him to the new location. Park your car in front of the apartment complex. Now, a lot of you can't get keys to go inside the apartment. That's okay. But if you're going to another apartment complex or another location, go there 2 or 3 weeks before and have 5 or 6 walks where you start out at the place, walk around the building, walk around the neighborhood, so that he gets to smell everything and kind of experience everything in the new neighborhood. That's going to give him a ton of repetitions, a lot of repetitions of just smelling everything, because typically they're stressed because they get in a routine, because they know the same smells, they know the same locations, they know the same everything. We get in that routine and we push our dogs into that routine as well, which is beneficial, but it's not beneficial when we are attempting to change the environment of the dog. So go to the location, do a couple walks, do 5 to 10 walks before you even move. The second thing to do is allot time for when you are moving in and when you are moving, to give your dog not just those quick 10-15 minute pee break for walks, but actually taking them on an hour hike. It's going to be painful, but get the dog super tired. I'm talking extra super tired on the day that you move, so that when you move in, the dog is already tired. The dog that has energy is going to get out that energy somehow, and if the dog's frustrated and stressed, a frustrated and stressed dog with energy is a tough combo, very challenging combo to deal with. Then the second thing to do was when you get in the location, again, walking the same route that you have already done is great. If you haven't done that before moving, that's okay. What I would suggest then is to take the dog on the same 20-minute route, but repeat that like 6 times a day. Super annoying, but basically you're repeating the dog. We go out, smell things, come back. Go out, smell things, come back, but do the same route so it gets the same routine down again. That's going to mean a ton for the dog, because then you're just going to build him in a routine that he smells. And the key is that you walk the dog, you take the dog from your apartment, you walk it, and then you return it safely. You're still with the dog an hour and a half later. Again, the dog can obviously, if it's 9 months or if it's older, can hold it. It's not a big deal. But then you can do it again. So the dog is used to, it's not just my human leaving me at this new location and abandoning me, but they're walking again, walking again, walking again. If you're at home for 6 hours moving stuff in and reorganizing things, this is a great opportunity to just get the same repetition with your dog. Same repetition with your dog. So you burn off energy and give it a routine as well. Key is energy management with anything, any type of new challenge with your dog. Be conscious of what you are doing so that you are not, again, having your dog move from one place in a frustrated state to another place in a frustrated state. We want to set a good trajectory with your dog, so always work on energy management as best you can. If anyone needs any help with that in Pittsburgh, obviously give us a call. We can be a resource for you. But when in doubt, take your dog for a walk. This is Kevin from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Thanks as always for watching. Have a great rest of the day.